Good morning, everyone. My name is Yasser Gulfraz, and I'm your tutor for today's session. Our today topic is how to develop and implement a strategic organizational change management plan. Before I start, if anyone is there, can you guys see my screen and can you hear my voice? So please do let me know if there is any issue. So this session will cover the key aspects of change management, including analysis techniques, change management models, and leadership skills necessary for effective change. Indicative contents, our key topics are carrying out force field analysis using various change management models, acquiring leadership and change agent skills. Terminology, what is force field analysis? A force field analysis is a valuable decisions-making techniques, particularly useful when facing complex or challenging decisions. Introducing by Kurt Lewin, this technique provides a structured way to analyze the force that drive to resist a proposed change. The purpose of this analysis is to improve the quality of decisions and increase the likelihood of success in implementing change, both in corporate environment and personal scenarios. Example force field analysis. To use force field analysis effectively, several structured steps must be followed. These steps help ensure a true and balanced approach when analyzing forces for and against a change. The first step is to describe the plan or purpose for the change in detail. This helps clarify what is being considered and why the change is needed. So by doing this, the objectives become clear and the analysis is focused on a specific goal. The second step, as you can see here, identify force for change. Second step involves identifying the forces that support the change. These may include factors such as market demand, technological advancement, or employee support. These driving force represent the positive aspect that will help achieve the desired outcomes. Now we come to the third force, which is identifying a force against change. Identifying the force that resist the change. These might include cost concerns, fear of new technology, or disruption of the workflow. These restraining forces highlight potential barriers that could hinder the success of the change. So each of the identified forces is assigned a score based on its relative strengths. These scores helps quantify the influence of each factor and provide a clear view of the overall situation. Finally, after evaluating these scores, the analysis guide decisions make on which force need to be increased or decreased to reach the desired change. Apply force field analysis to effectively distinguish forces of change. Force field analysis introduced by Lewin in 1951. Has become widely used in change management. This model can be applied to understand various change processes within organization. change is often seen as state of imbalance between driving forces such as new personal change, market conditions, or new technology, and restraining forces such as employees' fear of failure or resistance from the organization's existing systems. Lewin model suggests that change can be achieved by addressing these imbalances in structured manner. First, the organization must unfreeze the current state by reducing the forces that hold it, quasi-equilibrium. This involves losing the grip of restraining forces that maintain the status quo. Good morning, Osama.
Good morning.
How are you? Are you okay?
Sorry for being late.
No, it's all right. No,
I'm fine, thank you so much.
Yeah, just started, you know that. Anyway, how's everything? Everything is fine?
Okay.
Okay.
This is fine, thanks so much.
Okay, no worries. So, we are, today's topic is, how to, uh, I just will here, how to implement a strategic organizational change management plan. Okay. So we just indicative content carrying force field analysis using understand management models and acquiring leadership and change management skills. So apply force field analysis to effectively distinguish forces of change. So I was just telling that to use force field analysis effectively, several structured steps must be followed. These steps help ensure a true and balanced approach when analyzing forces for the against a change. First step is to describe the plan or proposal for the change in detail. The helps clarify what is being considered and why the change is needed. By doing this, the objectives become clear and an analysis is focused on a specific goal. Uh, so, force field analysis introduced by Lewin in 1951 has become widely used in change management. This model can be applied to, understand various changes process within organization. Change is often seen as a state imbalance between driving forces such as new personal change, market condition, or new technology, and restraining forces such as employees' fear of failure of resistance from the organization's existing systems. So Lewin model suggests that change can be achieved by addressing these imbalances in structured manner. First, the organization must unfreeze the current state of reducing the forces that hold it in quasi-equilibrium. This involves losing the grip of resisting forces that maintain the status quo. So once this is done, the organization can introduce the imbalance by either increasing the driving force or reducing the restraining forces or both. So by doing so, the conditions become favorable for change to take place finally after the change has been successfully implemented. The organizations refreeze into a new state of balance, ensuring that the forces are aligned with the new reality. Third step process is critical for organizations seeking sustainable change by systematically managing the driving and restraining forces. Leader can ensure that the change process is controlled and leads to long-term improvement. Any questions so far?
No, thank you.
Thomas 1985 explained that through force field analysis had been used in various contexts, it was rarely applied to strategy. So in particular, force field analysis can be applied to understand the forces and driven or hinder the adoption of corporate strategies. Also, Maslin and Platts further applied this analysis to the context of manufacturing strategy. They emphasized that the method could help organization in realizing their manufacturing goals by identifying the critical forces that must be addressed to ensure success. Any questions so far?
No, thank you.
Okay. Can you see my screen and hear my voice, Sama?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So example of force field analysis to illustrate how force field analysis works in practice, consider the scenario of buying a car. Uh, in 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 this case, there are both driving and restraining forces at play. Drivers must include a current sale on cars, low finance rates, and the high cost of repair for an old car. So on the other hand, restraining forces could be higher payment, uncertainty about job stability, or existing loan that are not yet fully paid off. So uh, by listing and scoring these factors, it becomes clear whether purchasing a new car, is the right decisions. For example, while the current sale might make the purchase attractive, the financial commitments and uncertainty surrounding future income could outweigh the benefits. In the way force uh, field analysis helps clarify the situation and guide a more informed decisions. Critically evaluate various change management models. Change management models, Kurt Loin three-phase model, Kotter's eight-step change models, and McKenzie's 7S models. We will discuss in further. So here is Loin change management models. Kurt Lewin developed a foundational model for understanding organizational change in the 1940s. So this model remained relevant today, especially in change management discussions. It is known as the unfreeze change refreeze model. This model represents three stages that describe the process of change. Lewin, both a physicist and social scientist, explained this process using the analogy of transforming a block of ice into a new shape. So each stage here can see that each state addresses a specific part of the change. First stage is unfreeze, emphasize the need to determine what aspects of the organization need to be altered. So it involves ensuring that leadership support the change and creating a strong need for the change. Second stage, change requires continuous communication, dispelling any rumors, empowering actions, and involving people in the process. Then finally, the rephrase stage ensures the change is embedded into organizational culture. It involves developing mechanisms to sustain the change, providing support and training, and celebrating success to solidify the new behavior. Explain the lowest step change process. Lewin model provide a clear and practical approach to managing change through its three steps: unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. So the process begins by creating an awareness of the need for change, then moves towards achieving the desired new behavior, and finally solidifies those behaviors as the norm. The simplicity of this model is why it remains widely used in various organizational contexts. During the unfreeze stage, the organization creates the perception that the current state is no longer viable and change is necessary for continued success. This stage requires identifying what needs to change and ensuring there is a need strong enough to drive the change. Once the need is identified, leadership must actively support it to gain trust and reduce resistance. So, unfreezing, first step before the change can be implemented, the initial unfreezing stage is necessary. This stage creates awareness of how the current stage of affairs may be limiting or negatively affecting the organizations. Individuals within the organization need to understand why maintaining the status quo is not beneficial. By demonstrating the potential downsides of not changing, the organization fosters a sense of urgency for transformation. The unfreezing step involves examining behavior, process, and structure to highlight the need for change. So, this can help remove psychological barriers that individuals may have regarding the proposed change. Changing step, once the unfreezing stage is completed, the organization can begin the actual process of change. Loin referred to this step as the moving or transitioning stage. In this phase, the organization implements the change that have been planned. It is here that the change becomes real and individuals must adopt to new ways of working. Rephrasing, rephrasing the final stage, Loin final stage is known as rephrasing. In this stage, the change that have been made need to be stabilized, reinforced, and solidified as the new norm within the organization. This is critical phase because without rephrasing, there is a risk that individual may revert to old habits and ways of thinking. So, during the rephrasing stage, efforts are made to ensure that the new changes are fully integrated into the organizational culture. Organizational process, goals, and behavior must be reinforced so they become permanent. To achieve this, positive reinforcement is often used. Recognizing employees' efforts and celebrating success associated with the change can help cement the new practices. Any questions so far, Osama? Any?
No, thank you. It's clear. Thank you so much.
Okay. So apply change management model. So here is the example of Nissan Motor Company. This model can be applied in various organizational scenarios. A notable example is the case of Nissan Motor Company, which faced significant financial difficulties due to high debts and declining market share. So when Carlos Ghosn took over leadership, he was their chief executive. So he recognized the need for radical change. However, he also understood the importance of managing resistance to change, which would inevitably arise during such as challenging transition. Gosson formed cross-functional teams to develop a robust plan to change across different areas of the organization. So by involving employees in the process, he ensured effective communication and promoted a sense of ownership in the change. So the unfreezing stage began by addressing the need for change and gaining leadership support. Gossen then implemented the changes during the change phase, introducing new processes, behavior, and system within the company. Next is Kotter's eight-step model for change. Kotter's a Harvard Business School professor, developed a change management model based on research from hundreds of organizations undergoing change. His model, introduced in 1996, consists of 8 steps designed to guide organizations through successful transformations. So the steps begin with creating a sense of urgency and with making the change permanent. So there are 8 steps: increase, urgency, build a guiding team, develop the vision, communication for buy-in, empower actions, create short-term wins, don't let up, and make change stick. So creating the first step is creating an urgency. This can be done in the following ways. So first step is a Kotter's 8-step model. Creating a sense of urgency is important for initiating change. When an organization recognize the need for change, it must act quickly to build momentum. Urgency motivates employees and leaders to take actions and reduce complicancy. Uh, Urgency can be created by highlighting potential threats that the organization may face if it continues on its current plan. These threats could be external market changes, technological advancements, or internal inefficiencies. So, by identifying and clearly presenting these risks, the organizations helps its employees understand why action is necessary. Forming power, guiding coalitions. The second step is Kotter's model focuses on forming a guiding coalition. This coalition is a group of influential leaders and stakeholders responsible for driving the change efforts. The success of the change initiative often depends on the strengths and commitment of this group. So, to build an effective coalition, it is important to identify key change leaders within the organizations. These leaders should be respected and have influence over their peers. They must be fully committed to change and willing to champion it throughout the organizations. So developing and vision and strategy uh, is the next step in the process. This basically involves determining the organization's core values and creating a clear vision for the future. Uh, the strategy provides the roadmap for achieving this vision, ensuring that all efforts are aligned with the ultimate goals of the change process. Next one is communicating the vision. Once the vision and strategy are established, the next step is to communicate the vision effectively across the organizations. The vision must be shared frequently and in a way that resonates with employees by connecting the vision to key areas such as performance reviews, uh, training programs, and training programs. Leaders can ensure that it becomes part of the everyday fabric of the organizations. So another, next important task is removing obstacles that could hinder the change process. These obstacles could be structural, such as outdated processes or behavior, such as employees' resistance. Leaders must ensure that the organization structures and process are aligned with the change visions. Next one is creating short-term wins. This is essential to building momentum for change. Short-term wins offers visible proof that the change is making a difference, which boosts morale and encouraging further efforts. Achieving quick victories shows that progress is being made and that the change is on the right track. To maximize the impact of these wins, it is important to set short-term targets that are achievable and cost-effective, rather than focusing solely on long-term goals. So short-term wins gives employees a sense of accomplishment early in the process. Employees who contribute to these success should be rewarded for their efforts. Recognized and positive reinforcement not only motivate employees but also reinforce the behavior needed for long-term success. Uh, Next step is consolidating gains. After achieving initial success, organizations must continue to build on these victories. This involves analyzing the factors that contributed to success and using them to drive continuous improvement. So, anchoring change in the corporate culture, the the final step in Cotter's model is to anchor the change within the organizations. Uh, Organizational culture. For change to be successful in the long term, it must become an integral part of the way the organization operates. One way to achieve this is by sharing success stories related to the change initiatives. Discussing these stories at every opportunity reinforces the positive impact of the change and helps employees see how it aligns with the organization's goals. Uh, Leaders also must also ensures that the change becomes embedded in every aspects of the organizations, from process and policies to the overall corporate culture. Uh, New leaders should continue to support and promote the change, ensuring its permanence. Any questions so far? So you can see here some advantages and disadvantages of Cotter's models. It is an easy step-by-step model which provides a dear descriptions and guidance on the relatively easy for being implemented. So then emphasize on the involvement and acceptability of the employees for the success in the overall process, and major emphasizes on preparing and building acceptability for change instead for the actual change process. On the other hand, there are some disadvantages. Skipping even a single step might result in a serious problem. If we skip even a single uh, step, process is quite time consuming. Model is essentially top down and discourage any scope of participation or co-creation, and can build frustration and dissatisfaction towards the employees if the individual's requirements are given due attention. Right. So here is a McKinsey. You might heard about McKinsey, is one of the famous company as well. 7 model is a popular framework used to assessing organizations' effectiveness. So this model emphasized that 7 internal factors must be aligned and reinforced to achieve organization success. So these factors are divided into two categories: hard elements and soft elements. Hard elements include strategy, structures, and systems. These are tangible. We discussed in our last lecture what are the tangible and intangibles. So these are tangibles and can be directly influenced by management. For example, the strategy defines the organization's approach to achieving its goals. The structure outlines the organizational hierarchy, and the systems encompass the process and procedures used daily. When we talk about soft element consist of shared values, skills, styles, and staffs. So these are less tangible but equally important. So where is the framework used? Mackenzie's 7S model serves multiple purposes within organizations context. So it is particularly useful for executing new strategies by ensuring that all internal factors are aligned with the strategic goals. This alignment helps in effectively implementing changes and achieving desired outcomes. The model is also used to analyze how different key parts of the organizations work together. This analysis helps identify areas of misalignment and opportunities for improvement. During times of organizational change, the McKinsey 7S model can facilitate adjustments by providing a structured approach for realign internal factors. Additionally, it support alignment during mergers or acquisitions by ensuring that all components of the organization work cohesively. Also, the model adds in strategy implementation and change management by offering a comprehensive framework or uh, comprehensive framework for evaluating and adjusting various organizational elements in response to strategic shifts. Elements of the McKinsey 7S framework. Strategy, first one is strategies involves the plan developed to maintain competitive advantage. This plan consists of decisions and action that respond to external changes in the market, such as customer preferences and competitive pressures. Then second is structures refer to the organizational chart, citing how various units and divisions are arranged. It shows reporting relationships and task divisions. The structure can be hierarchical, flat, centralized, or decentralized. This element is more visible and relatively easier to adjust compared to others. Then systems are core process and procedures integral daily operational operations. These include primary activities like product development and support activities such as human resource and accounting. Efficient systems are important for maintaining operational effectiveness. Skills pertains to the organization's human resource capabilities. Skills and competencies of employees plays a significant role in achieving sustainable competitive advantage. These skills, although intangible, are essential for organizational success. Uh, Finally, next one is staff. Staff is the organizational workforce. This element focuses on recruitment, development, remuneration, and motivation of employees. Staff is considered a valuable asset contributing significantly to the organization's strategic goals. Any questions so far?
No, thank you.
Next one is style, refers to the management approach and behavior of leaders. It includes how leaders interact with employees and handle various situations. Management style affects organizational culture and employee morale. Shared values are the core beliefs and norms that form the foundation of the organizational culture. These values drive the company's culture and influence the behavior of employees. They are considered the central building block of the organizations, guiding other elements of the 7S models. Again here, Mackenzie's 7S model advantages and disadvantages. When we, is comprehensive framework of organizational, effectiveness. One of the model's primary advantages, it is a holistic approach to strategic fit, considering 7 internal elements rather than just focusing on strategy and structures. The comprehensive perspectives enables a more through alignment of process, system, people, and values within organizations, contributing to greater effectiveness. Model helps ensure that no gaps are overlooked by analyzing each elements and their interrelationships in detail. So this through examination is beneficial when adopting to new strategies, as it highlights potential areas of misalignment. Uh, Also, McKinsey 7S models organization is in identifying, assists organizations in identifying how various components should be aligned to achieve strategic goals. This alignment is important for operational success and a goal attainment, but also model has some, if you see, some disadvantages as well. It demands extensive research and benchmarking, which can be time consuming. Requirement for detailed analysis and data collections can slow down the process of implementations. Then another limitation is that the model focuses on internal elements. It does not address external factors that could impact organizational performance, such as market trends and competitive pressures. Furthermore, the successful application of the model often requires the involvement of senior management. If senior leaders are unavailable, uh, this requirement can hinder the effective use of the model. Any questions so far?
Thank you.
Right. So application of McKinsey's 7 models in the initial phase, the consider a small business startup that operates online and aims to expand its market share. The company's strategy focuses on market growth, and its structure is simple, consisting of a new managers and lower level employees handling specific tasks. The startup has minimal formal system due to its size and early stage. So in this scenario, alignment of the 7 elements of the McKinsey 7S models uh, appears to be appropriate. The organization's simple structure and limited systems are well suited to its current size and operational needs. The alignment of factors such as strategy, structure, and a system is well maintained, given the company's stage and resources. Any questions so far?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, so again, example of McKinsey's 7S or S models. You can see strategy, structure, system, skills, staff, style, and share valued. So structure, strategy. Uh, the focus on market penetration aligns with the startup's current goals. A structure, simple structure supports the organization's small size and operational needs. The few formal system is place are primarily concerned with consumer support and other order processing, which are adequate for the startup needs. Skills, the small team possesses the necessary skills for the company's current operations. Staff, limited staff are motivated by business growth and rewarded with shares with aligns with the company's goals. Then style. Management style is democratic but can be Gothic, which is characteristics of a startup environment. Finally, the shared value, the team values, adventures, teamworks, and mutual trust, supporting the startup culture. So in this initial phase, the elements of the McKinsey's 7S models are well aligned, reflecting the startup's successful adoptions to its operational context. Current position and changes in business growth. So as the startup evolves into a larger businesses with over 500 employees and a 50% market share, its organizational dynamics changes. The company's structure has shifted to a bureaucratic model, and it has expanded its staff and introduced new motivation, reward, and control system. Share value have also evolved to emphasize enthusiasm and excellence. But trust and teamwork have, a lack of trust and teamwork due to the increase in employees. So with this growth, several misalignments have emerged. Uh, Strategies, the initial market penetration strategy is no longer viable. Uh, System company lacks effective strategy planning, systems and analytical skills necessary for growth. So this gap is systems and skills hampers the ability to addition new changes. Management style, democratic, but as I said above, is a Gothic management uh, style persists, which may be problematic given the larger scale of operations. The top management, primarily comprised of foundation, may lack the necessary skills for effective management. Again, it's examples, strategies of penetrations is no longer effective, including a misalignment with the company's current market positions and growth potential. The bureaucratic structure is appropriate for managing a large workforce, but may create uh, issues. So systems introduce of order processing control, customer support, and personal management system is a step in the right directions. Skills, while skills related to service and support are present, there is a deficiency in management and analytical skills needed for strategic growth. Staff democratic but often Gothic management style. The large basically workforce is appropriately motivated, but the management styles remain Gothic. Then shared values. Shared values have shifted to enthusiasm and excellence, but the loss of trust and teamwork affects overall effectiveness. Current position. Next is as the company expand into international market, it changed its strategy from market penetration to market development. New offices are opened in Asia, North and South America, and the company introduces new strategic planning systems and hires management with enhanced analytical and managerial skills. But some elements still face alignment issues, like shift to market development aligns with the company's expansion goals. Structures uh, current bureaucratic structure is not suitable for international organizations. Shared value, the introduction of diverse culture values from new employees may create conflicts with existing values. New shared values are needed to accommodate cultural differences and enhance teamwork and communications. So, adjustment and these elements are necessary to align with the company's new strategic direction and international operations. Again, if we talk about 7S models, market development uh, is effectively aligned with the company's expansion goals. Structure existed, bureaucratic structure is no longer suitable for the company's expanded operations. The company has implemented a comprehensive set of systems, including order processing, control, and customer supports. Skills within the organizations are aligned with its operational needs, supporting effective execution of the strategy. Then staff diverse cultural backgrounds of employees introduce challenges. The existing motivation and reward system may not clear to the different culture expectations, leading to misalignments. Then democratic style, democratic management style is consistent with the company's approach and is well suited for its organizational culture. And finally, shared values, enthusiasm and excellence. The values are enthusiasm and excellence are upheld, but they may not be sufficient to address the various culture values introduced by new employees. So, leadership and change agent skills for strategic changes. Uh, Effective implementation of strategic change within organization requires specific leadership and change agent skills. According to Pedret 2000, top leaders must actively initiate and lead change efforts to ensure successful strategic transformation. Without direct involvement from leadership, driving significant change can be challenging. For example, consider the task of fostering an entrepreneurial environment with within Tesco, a company with a traditionally hierarchical structure. Certain skills become essential for this process. For example, leaders must demonstrate a commitment to change by actively participating and guiding the process. Change management skills, leaders must possess skills that enable them to manage and facilitate change effectively, ensuring that all aspects of the organizations are prepared for and responsive to new initiative. Attitude towards change or business knowledge. Uh, Attitude towards change, a proactive and positive attitude helps leaders navigate the complexities of change and drive organizational adoptions. Business knowledge, understanding the current business environment, and having a vision for further growth are critical for advocating and planning for change. Grades 2000 highlights that leaders must be able to visualize the future to justify and plan for change effectively. Leadership skills in a competitive business environment, effective leadership skills are important for managing change. Ogbonna and Harris 2000 identifies several key leader skills, uh, including the ability to motivate employees, strategic vision, and analytical skills. These skills are essential for guiding and facilitating the change management process. Roles of change agents. Change agents play three uh, different roles in the change process: uh, consulting, training, and research. So, consulting, advising on the best practices and strategies for implementing change. When we talk about training, training means educating employees and stakeholders on new processes and systems. And finally, research, conducting studies to understand the impact of change and refine strategies accordingly. So, both internal managers and external change agents can fulfill these roles. Effective change management involves utilizing these roles to support and drive the change process. That's it for today. Here are some references. You can visit some websites here regarding strategic management models and organizational plan. Also, you can visit your learning management system for further reading. You can find some books and material there as well. Any questions, concerns, and issues, Osama, or anyone
No,
still?
thank you. Thank you. It's okay.
Okay, thank you very much for joining me this morning. I'll see you next Saturday at 10 o'clock, Osama. Okay. So thank you very much and bye for now.